Bless up, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to another live session. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please to subscribe. All of my ABR family and other viewers, please to like and share out this live video. And as you see in our title, we are try at all costs to highlight what is currently taking place in our country. And we have been saying from a longer time that the corruption rate is rife in our country, and we want to eradicate or lessen as much as possible this corruption that is taking place. And we see the recent appointment that has been making its round on social media. The people of Jamaica chiming in saying that they don't want this man who goes by the name of Dennis Chung to be the head of the FID. We have also learned that he is not qualified for the post, and that a whole heap of the criteria that should be had for a high level post like this, he doesn't meet it. Amongst an article from the Gleaner by the sociologist who goes by the name of Peter Espute. And so the People's National Party has also voiced their concern based on public utterances that the same Dennis Chung made, against the Integrity Commission and the 170 odd pages of, report for the Prime Minister's finances and statutory declaration. And he was speaking biasly against the IC and towards the Prime Minister. This is a man who sees nothing wrong with the Prime Minister having 28 bank accounts and the irregularities of same. And he questioned other aspects of the IC report. Sorry. And so we're going to dive deeper into, some more of this. Big up yourself out a minute. Big up to my members, Angela and Yvonne Wallace. And big up to all my moderators, Miss Winnie, Pat W, UB Comrade, all of the massive we're going to roll up on this live and who will watch the rebroadcast of this live. And so, before we get into all of that, there will be a Rescue Jamaica from Corruption March tomorrow, starting 8:30 a.m. at the National Hero Circle. And for those who are against corruption, who wants accountability and wants our leaders and the powers that be to come with integrity, we must go out and support this march against corruption. Too much corruption in our country. Corruption is rife in our country. Big up yourself, Kev. Fairclaw, big up yourself. And so we'll get right into it. So we learned of the recent appointment at the FID, that's the Financial Investigative Division, where the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, his whole finances, him being under investigation for illicit enrichment, was referred to there, as well as the TAJ from the Integrity Commission. And a whole heap of people noted the public utterance from Dennis Chung, and not just once but on several occasions where he is basically in support of a Jamaica Labour Party. And like I've always been saying, when you're appointed or elected for a certain post, and a post as critical as this and as important as this, one must be free from any form of bias. You must serve in a post, you must have the qualification behind it, and you must serve without fear or favor. And we see the line where he has taken there. And so we want to go a little deeper into where it is saying that some criteria that he should have is not there. Big up yourself, Chelsea. Big up Splash DJ, one attile. And when we look, big up yourself, Kev, for sending me the information. I'm going to read out some of it right here. So when we look at the selection criteria for a director of investigation, may I read it out? It says the Financial Investigation Division, Ministry of Finance and Public Service, Jamaica. The objective to guide the structured merit-based selection of the most suitable candidate for the role of the Director of Investigation in line with global best practices. 1. Core competence areas. And this is graded out of 100. And with the core competency areas, one should at least get 40 points. And it says strategic investigations leadership. Ability to lead complex multi-jurisdictional investigations involving money laundering, fraud, corruption, and terrorism financing. Under that same heading, you have AML CFT frameworks. Demonstrated knowledge of FATF recommendations, POCA and related AML CFT laws. Financial intelligence and forensics. Proficiency in using financial intelligence tools, forensic accounting, and digital evidence handling. So when we see them take up a chartered accountant that has no background in dealing with financial fraud, has no experience, then we see where he has fallen down where it pertains to core competence. Another pointer under core competence is international cooperation and legal interface. Experience coordinating with international partners and understanding the MLAT extradition processes. 2. Education and professional qualifications. Postgraduate degree, a doctorate or master's in law, criminology, forensic accounting, or related field. Professional certifications, relevant certifications. Legal forensic training. Formal legal or investigative training such as LLB digital forensic. And we learned that also one must have at least 12 years of experience as a law enforcer, with 5 out of that being at a senior level. Point 3 on the criteria says professional experience, and that weighs 25 points. Leadership experience, so one must have a minimum 8 years in senior investigative or regulatory leadership role. Cross-border investigations, proven track record managing international investigations, or asset recovery. What kind of asset this man has ever recovered for anybody? And with SSL scandal being at FID, with other money scandal being at FID, and with him lacking these experience, lacking these background, then what do they leave the people to think? When a specific part of the criteria was omitted to give such a man this role, what do they leave the people to think? We have not even heard of who also applied for this post, because this post have been advertised since last year, I believe. And out of the blues, we learned that this man was appointed, and we don't know of the other persons who had applied for this post. Number 4 on the criteria says behavioral and leadership attributes, and that weighs 15 points. Integrity and independence. When you show away point blank say the side that you're leaning on, you're not on integrity, brother. Demonstrated a record of ethical conduct and independent decision making. Under this same heading, strategic thinking, ability to set long-term goals and integrate investigative strategies. Collaboration and communication, effective interagency coordination. I wonder if you understand, ABR family and viewers, that him being the technical director at the FID, all of the investigators would have to come to him and lay out whatever it is that they're working on. And then he, in turn, will give his judgment on same. So when we have a prime minister being under investigation for illicit enrichment, right? His statutory declaration going 4 years now uncertified, and he's pushing himself to run again for another general election, and strategically placing people who are not qualified in certain posts, high-level posts. What do they expect we, the common Jamaican, to think and to believe? Number 5 under the criteria is evaluation components. Right? And so the structured interview was 30%, case studies simulation exercise 30%, background and integrity check 20%, stakeholder panel review 20%. And we want to know how much grading he got to attain a post as important as this. Please to like and share out the live, ABR family and viewers. We want this to be known. And so it seems as if they are not backing down from this appointment. And we see in the People's National Party giving them a 72 hours ultimatum, which should basically expire tomorrow, I believe. And with them stating now that they have given police protection to the new FID head, Dennis Strong. Like, they're making it seem as if someone has threatened him, or they're making it seem as if, someone wants to war with this man. Every official that holds a high post in the land gets police protection. So this is nothing new. The former FID boss had police protection. So what are they trying to paint out there in the media space? He's not qualified and he should recuse himself. He does not have the background of law enforcement, and that is a major criteria of being in a post such as high as this. And when we're seeing that being omitted to give this man the post, we're seeing them going as far as to stating that, Dayton Campbell's friend of 20 odd years is the director of corruption prosecution at the Integrity Commission. You have never heard that man made a public utterance leaning towards the People's National Party side. And is he not allowed to be free to vote because he's a Jamaican citizen? Yes. But he holds a post that he should not show any party or anyone any favor. And we have never heard any utterance from that man. Is the man qualified for the job? Yes, he is qualified for the job. And so why shouldn't he get the job? So there's no comparison there. There should never be any comparison, but this is how some of the people are. They are fully brainwashed by this current leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, by this current Prime Minister of the land, to basically downplay everything and to make comparison when there isn't any form of comparison. I'm going to show you, or I'm going to read out something here. When this very same man who goes by the name of Dennis Strong, was a part of the board. He was a board chairman at the NSWMA, and that's the National Solid Waste Management. And he too appointed somebody or gave them a job, gave them a role that they were not qualified for. And so we're seeing the same thing happening back right here so with him. And he confessed to breaching protocols. And so in turn, he ended up resigning from the post. And I have a piece of article right here from Loop News. And it says the board chairman of the NSWMA, Dennis Strong, has been at pains to defend the decision in the face of a number of facts, including Gordon's clear political allegiance, considering that the JLP in opposition had sharply criticized the appointment and stewardship of another clear political figure. The People's National Party Women Movement President Jennifer Edwards at the time as the head of the organization. Additionally, Chung admitted on radio on Tuesday that another candidate for the position from a total of 4 shortlisted candidates overall scored higher than Gordon in the evaluation process for the position. But even more glaringly, Chung also admitted that Gordon is not academically qualified for the position to which he has been appointed, but was chosen on the basis of his connections to the halls of state power. When you hear that? Along with a demonstration of ability to get things done over the months during which he has served as the authority chief technical officer. Chung said that the NSWMA board thought Gordon's political connections would favor the agency in bids to secure better funding from the government to more effectively deliver on its mandate. Right? And he too was a part of the whole JUTC. So the late JUTC chairman Douglas Chambers was the major shareholder of Simba Productions. The resignation of Binley songster Ray Barrett and Dennis Chung came a day later. The JUTC board confessed that it had breached procurement guidelines at the company in recent months. The board also revealed that there were more breaches than those highlighted in relation to the Simba contract and other related to a security contract. So, when you see him track record there, so when you see his history there, so why should we trust this man being at the head of the Financial Investigative Division that is set there to dive deeper into financial affairs and to uncover financial frauds such as money laundering and all of that? With the SSL case being at the FID, and we know that the former director at the FID had stated that others in the whole SSL fraud, the thievery, the Ponzi scheme that occurred at SSL were supposed to be charged instead of Gene and Panton alone. And that man has resigned. And the FID was working with less than 50% of staff. They should have a capacity of 230 persons working there. And they had only 83 working. And with no director up until last year, October, I believe. No other person charged for the whole SSL fraud except for Gene and Panton. So can we really trust a man like this? Can we really trust a man like this? I'm going to play from a senator from the People's National Party side, Senator Donna Scott Motley, a lady to whom I really admire. And I want you to hear what she has to say about this Dennis Strong's appointment.
Now, I just want to ask you a simple question. In his capacity, acting in football, would he have agreed with a referee who has expressed a bias for a club cheering a game in which that club is playing? The answer is clearly no. And that is what we are seeing now, where Dennis Strong has made public pronouncements in support of the Prime Minister in his investigation. Even when you are sitting on a case as a judge, if you find that you have connections with the persons before you about whom you have to adjudicate, you are required to recuse yourself. And we are simply saying to Mr. Dennis Strong today, if you had not thought about it before, you need to think about it. You should refuse this appointment.
He should refuse this appointment, but we're seeing that they're not backing down even with the ultimatum from the People's National Party. Even with them being given the 72 hours for him to recuse or for them to remove him, they're not backing down. And so I'm going to play another small video right here. So corruption is rife. We have a set of government who has not signed the Integrity Commission's Code of Conduct, as them no want to be held accountable. They have no integrity. But hear what the Minister of Local Government stated.
We will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. Never!
We will never surrender the country to the PNP. But yet still in his constituency, the largest gun seizure have been made a few days ago. Over 220 odd firearms and thousands of ammunition recovered. And so then I seen one of our fellow social media warriors being threatened. Serious threat from Jamaica Labour Party supporters, bloggers. And when one of our social media warriors gets a threat as severe as this, and we're seeing so much shipment coming in a constituency where the member of parliament, and that is a strong area of a Jamaica Labour Party, then it begs to question. And our brother here, Aromatic Realistic TV, has been receiving threats as far back as to February. And one says, when election call, we will come for you and your family. And so we're not taking, so one threat against one means threat against all. And so we have a set of leaders and we have a government where they rile up their supporters and they rile up some little die-hearted loyalists for them, some little paid activists to come, and we, the well-thinking Jamaicans, we must not come out and scrutinize. Who is Andrew Holness for the Jamaican people to not scrutinize? Andrew Holness is not God. Maybe he's God for Uno. But he's not God for we. He's not God for the well-thinking Jamaicans. And so to send a threat as severe as this to dirt and to bust head and to whatever slang they use. Not just to a aromatic, but to his entire family. And as I said, a threat against one is a threat against all. And so what are you saying? Or what are the Jamaica Labour Party supporters saying? That anyone who comes out against the Prime Minister, but we're seeing the Prime Minister with his intimidation tactic. When anyone said them a go for people all under them bed. So when we see the leader operating like this, and when we see a member of parliament, a sitting member of parliament, saying that they will not surrender the country. We're living in a democratic country. The people them supposed to can go out and vote without fear. A free and fair election. But yet still, a sitting member of parliament is saying that they will not surrender Jamaica to the People's National Party. And I'm saying to myself, what kind of statement is that? What kind of message are you sending when you're making utterances on public platform such as that? What kind of message are you sending to the supporters? Members say them fully dunce. Members say them don't have no intelligence. Members say the leaders of the party that they're supporting is battling for them mind, and them battle for them mind, and them get them mind, and them corrupt them mind, so they can come out and send threat to people who will scrutinize this government. Many other governments have come before him. They were scrutinized, so I don't see what is the difference between Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness is not God. Maybe he's God for Uno. But he's not God for the well-thinking Jamaicans. He's not God over me. So I will not call him a nickname that Uno have put on him to put any God to it. He's not my God. And I serve and worship no man, no woman, no girl, no guy. And we're not afraid of no girl or no guy. So when you send on a threat, when you send the threat the right and proper, because on everybody when you can send threat to, and it is gonna go like that. And uno alone can rise up on a hand. Look like a fin everybody else have, and uno have hand. And uno alone have hand, and uno alone have mouth, can make a speech and make talks and send threat to people. We want the people them to be able to go out and vote without intimidation. We want the people them to be able to go out and vote without fear. And so my brother Aromatic here has responded to this person on the screen right here, so sending threat to him and his entire family.
Nobody feels Aromatic a waste man or loose cannon in this. We don't run joke and we don't play with people. You notice, you always see me in my kitchen. I am isolated. A one blood clot man bandits. Alright, that's how the thing set. You see what I mean? So if you know a push, it can push. If a badness, you know say a blood clot, badness with badness. Because we're not afraid of people, you know, brother. Nobody feels Aromatic a waste man or loose cannon in this. We don't run joke and we don't play with people. You notice, you always see me in my kitchen. I am isolated. A one blood clot man bandits. Alright, that's how the thing set. You see what I mean? So if you know a push, it can push. If a badness, you know say a blood clot, badness with badness. Because we're not afraid of people, you know, brother.
And he's not the first that sent out threat as severe as this. And I'm going to see if the Prime Minister, who is the leader of the land, now go come out or send the police them for a man as this. Or wherever he is in the world. We're not even sure where he is in the world. But this is how they stay behind them phone and them stay behind them keyboard of them computer. Whatever it is that they're behind. And they send out threat as severe as this. One the last time said that he's willing to come back to Jamaica to lift his hand for the Jamaica Labour Party if the PNP gets leadership of the country. And so I want to know if they are not going to probe. Because remember, them say them have whole heap of intelligence, you know. Them have intelligence all over the place. And at one point, Morgan did say, as Nesta did say, them have IP addresses for everybody. So I'm wondering if they don't have an IP address for that man who sent that threat to Aromatic Realistic TV. Anyways, I'm moving along a bit right here to a recording here of the Prime Minister. We see him going around campaigning and he wants the third term and he wants this and he wants that. And him belly full here, there and everywhere. Him belly must full with 28 bank accounts. But here is what he stated when he was basically swearing in as the Prime Minister. Here's what he stated.
We commit to make this government the highest in integrity, dignity, and efficiency.
He said he committed to making the government, his government, the highest with integrity. But where is the integrity? Where is the integrity? When he's silent on most things and going around cutting all kind of ribbons and going around with them whole heap of PR. Where is the integrity when you're taking the Integrity Commission to court to strike out the law of illicit enrichment? Where's the integrity when you're taking the Integrity Commission to the court to force their hand to certify your statutory declaration? Where's the integrity when no member, including yourself, from your government has signed the Code of Conduct? Where's the integrity when you're silent on corruption? Where is the integrity when you're going forward with an uncertified statutory declaration for over 3 years? What kind of integrity is he really talking about? Whole heap of promises. Whole heap of promises under this government. But after 9 years, here's what he said.
Say I man born ya, and I na leave ya. Figo and UK, no way sir. Me pata boil ya, me belly full ya. Sweet Jamaica. My father is, I was born in a 2-bedroom.
Him same pata boil ya, him belly full ya. Sweet Jamaica. Fit him pata boil, you know, and him belly full. See what he's going around doing there? And I had to put this picture in the presentation. Belly to belly hug. And this is the closest some people will ever get to a belly full. While the Prime Minister has 28 bank accounts that an appointed official sees nothing wrong with it, with a whole heap of irregularities coming out after 9 years to telling us that his belly full ya, him pata boil ya, and him not left ya, but he's going around in the eve of the election hugging people belly to belly. This is the closest that some of y'all will ever get to a belly full. My God. And so now I'm about to read an article from The Gleaner from a Peter Espute, who is a sociologist. And he says, running on your record. And you can go read it for yourself as well. And he says, when you have been in government for 9 years and you have to face the electorate in a general election, you must expect to be evaluated on your record over the previous 9 years and not on what you promise to do in the chapters to come. So this is what we, the well-thinking Jamaicans, are saying. You are offering yourself again, being under so much cloud, to the electorates, for them to give you this grand third term to boost your ego, because that's all that it is about. All about you and only you. You must expect to be evaluated. So you're coming close to a second term, the ending of a second term. That you said the people them give you in the height of a pandemic, you call a general election. Why the well-thinking Jamaicans cannot evaluate you? We should be able to evaluate you without fear on our lives, without threat from your supporters, without threat from the paid bloggers that you have and the activists that you have. We're supposed to can say it. And let me continue with Peter Espute. He said, during campaigning for the last election, promises were made and undertakings were given about what would be achieved. And a whole heap of that not achieved. Parties in power must be expected to be judged on whether they did what they promised to do 5 years ago. And responsible journalists will do the research and hold them to account. But what we see playing out in our media space, we have the paid journalists them, we have some paid stations, some paid media houses running with, whatever the government asks them to run with, it seems, and not searching and digging for the truth, not holding them to account. If you promise to do something 5 or 10 years ago, especially with much fanfare, and didn't do it, why should anyone believe that in a new term you will do what you are now promising to do during this campaign? And this is a very serious question. If you promise to do something 5 or 10 years ago, especially with much fanfare, right? He won over the people and with all those promises and didn't do it. Why should anyone believe you now that in a new term you will do what you are now promising to do during this campaign? Following the Trump model, or maybe Trump followed their model, after the 2016 election, the Holness government gathered around itself Jamaican billionaires Adam Stewart and Michael Leachin and promised that within 4 years Jamaica will be growing at 5% per annum. See the crew here? See the crew here right so? See the crew there? People don't have to go back and do the research. The videos are on the social media warriors who are fighting for the truth. We battle for the truth. The truth is out there at on a fingertip. When you can click on a video, when you can. If you can't even read alright, you can press a voice recording thing on YouTube and you tell YouTube what kind of video you want to search for, and YouTube would pull it up for you. Right? And so we now go sit down and pretend as if this government has a good track record. We're going to dig up back the files them and bring it back so we can remind the people them. Because members say them a battle for the mind. And we can't make them win on the mind again because after 2 terms, all the Prime Minister can sing about is his belly full. And downplaying, manipulating our datas to make it look good on the eve of a general election. Going around cutting all kind of ribbon. The ribbon government. The Gagada government. The non-accountable government. The lack of integrity government. But let me continue. Peter Espute, and we all know that the 5 in 4 has not happened. It has not materialized. This last quarter, Jamaica emerged from a technical recession. And whether them want to say technical or them want to say any other words them want to put with the recession, Jamaica is in a recession. 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth, economic decline with a massive 0.8% growth, not the 5 that they promised, 0.8% growth. They were boasting on the recovery of the COVID, calling it growth, but there's a difference between recovery and growth. Very few parties seeking re-election can resist making new and grander promises, putting forward a raft of new policies and programs to be implemented when re-elected. It seems to me that the minds of politicians in power are most fertile 6 months before elections are due. That is when they cross the island announcing the fantastic things they will achieve when they are re-elected. Things that they never thought of during the previous 9 years when they could have done them. Now, at the eve of the election, the campaign season is when them thinking up of all the things them where they want to do. And they had 9 years to do all those things. People of Jamaica, well-thinking Jamaicans, we will not be fooled this time around. Of course, they make these announcements as they cut ribbons for projects not yet complete. The toll road from Maypen to Williamsfield was declared open on September 14, 2023, but is still not a toll road. My God. The incomplete highway from Harbourview to Yallas was declared open on February 6, 2024, just days before the local government election. They are still, as you read this, working to complete it before the elections are called. I don't think they will make it. The government's record in building this over time, over budget highways is very poor. If the local was a general, the ruling party would have lost East Rural St. Andrew, through which the road passes. And that's a fact. And then with the trumpets blowing and flags waving, they declared open the incomplete Morant Bay Urban Center. Earlier this month, it looks more like a shopping plaza to me, but none of the stores are yet ready to open. As a rural development scientist, I did the field work for MPhil thesis in St. Thomas. I am interested in the strategy that says that the way to develop rural areas is to build plazas with KFC. The only people who can afford foreign fast food are those already prosperous. The only people likely to get prosperous because of that urban center will be the shopkeepers, almost all of whom I understand are from outside of St. Thomas. What a thing, eh? A big urban center in St. Thomas, and all the owners, most if not all, the shopkeepers are outside of St. Thomas. My God. Hold on the ABR. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. Continuing, what sort of people will be impressed by ribbon cutting at an incomplete shopping plaza or highway development just before an election? That's a very good question there. Aren't they smart enough to see through it? Or is it that the ruling party is contemptuous of the intelligence of we, the Jamaican people? And I believe that is so. They play on our, them feel like say are them alone intelligent. And so that is why they deal with the people of the country like that. Who has not seen through the naked attempt at a power grab passing for a constitutional reform process? Those of us who love this country were deeply offended that we were not consulted about the type of constitution we want for Jamaica. And let me pause right there so I interject a bit. It's not alarming to no well-thinking Jamaicans, even some of the Labourites. It cannot be that all are daft and dark. When they are piloting or they are moving ahead to get Jamaica from the monarch to a republic, it not dawn pa say that they are at a certain stage with it. Most of it have been passed through the parliament. And the people were not consulted. They are throwing blame game now that the People's National Party are hindering the progression of the constitution reform. But then, it shouldn't be a Jamaica Labour Party constitution. And this is what the sociologist is saying right here, so. Them no consult we the people. But yet still they're taking our taxpaying dollars and they're paying $4.5 million a month with 30% staff of them sitting there to reform our constitution. What can go so? We the people must have a say. The opposition must have a say in the constitution that governs our land. Not just the Jamaica Labour Party must make a constitution that suits only them. But they're making a constitution to send me and you to prison, if anything. But when they commit the crime and they commit the whole heap of fraud and corruption and theft, they only get a slap on the wrist. 900,000 fine. 400,000 fine. Some little monkey money fine. But me and you be a Benz and Beamer and I be a them they find the we get and we not have it. But we must not come out and talk and hold them to account. Big up yourself, Vian Miller, Son of Love, Joan Bailey, UB Comrade, big up yourself, Chelsea, Curly, Maurice, big up on yourself. Everybody were just joining the live, big up on yourself. Right? Those of us who love this country were deeply offended that we were not consulted about the type of constitution we want for Jamaica. And worse offended when the government claimed to have consulted us when they held what they call town hall meetings. God bless a few little town hall meeting. I don't think every parish got, if I even 3 town halls. God bless a little town hall them where them have. But yet still, them pass through the first phase, and them are head to second phase, and them are blame PNP, them soon start blame we. And a whole heap of people still not educated, still not understanding what the constitution is about, let alone the reform. My God. Where they told, so at the town hall, the few little town halls, where they told us what they were going to do. After several such meetings, not one recommendation made was incorporated into the drafted bill. Not a word was changed. And the same goes for the recommendations that the People's National Party has put forward, the impeachment and all of that. Them not make no changes. No changes. So the little town hall where they have, when them claim to say them include the people them and ask them few little, and the people them ask them few little questions, and the people them made some suggestions. Nothing no change. I want to understand that. Nothing has changed. Frankly, this kind of autocratic behavior, when you hear it from the sociologists, this kind of autocratic behavior, so them alone around them show, to hell with we the people, to hell with the opposition, them around them show. With our present Westminster-style constitution, the Prime Minister is already sovereign. With monarchical powers, the only checks on his absolute power are the courts and the requirement for 2/3 majority in the Senate to pass certain constitutional amendment. You will recall the attempt to control the votes of senators by requiring them to sign undated letters of resignation. The Prime Minister by himself already appoints the Chief Justice, which I consider to be highly unconsiderable. But we must remember the attempt by the Prime Minister to make the Chief Justice toe the line by giving him temporary appointment, with confirmation coming only if he behaves himself. What has Jamaica gone to when we have one man with so much power, abusing his power, going around trying to intimidate people, using the police force, politicizing the police force, giving people undated resignation letter, appointing people and giving them 3 months probation and say if them not behave themselves. Mighty God, Jamaican people, please to do not have amnesia when it comes to this election. Don't go to the polling station and forget these things. You must have these things at the forefront of your mind. Them not care about way. Them care about them belly being full. Them care about them families belly being full. Them care about them friends them belly being full. Continuing. I am concerned that Section 14 of the draft of the new constitution makes it easy for Jamaicans president appointed by the PM to remove a sitting judge. You see the power where them are gonna have? The president will be appointed by the Prime Minister, and the president has the power to remove a sitting judge. I hope this is not an attempt to control the judiciary. But when them fling up the whole increase from the judiciary, not controlling that, try to control them. This is a scary behavior, says Peter Espute. Alarm bells are going off. Danger, danger, danger. An insightful electorate will not be distracted by the positive tidbits of this record that the government will dangle before the public. All this government did was continue with the highways and the byways of a PNP blueprint. Electorates cannot be distracted, cannot be fooled. If the government policy is dangerous to our democracy, then they must be sent into opposition. No doubt about that. No questions asked. They must be sent into opposition. He says, I have written before that the proposal by this government to amend the Education Act and its code of regulations will concentrate more power in the hands of the Minister of Education and diminish the control the church has over the school it owns and operates. This is dangerous policy, and the churches must advise its members to show the door to any government trying to take over its schools. A government wishing to run on its record cannot pick and choose which part of its record the electorate must look at. Thank you very much. Some governments simply must be voted out for dangerous, dictatorial, and undemocratic policies. And that's the end. It says, some government must be voted out for dangerous and dictatorial and undemocratic policies. When we see the hefty fines that they sat down when we look at the JTC bill for the teachers, right, they want to control even the Christian schools, right, giving the Minister of Education control, great control over the Christian schools. They want to shut out, it seems, the churches. And too often time we come on the platform them and we attack and we say the churches them silent. I want a few pastors we see out there. And when the pastor them talk, you hear say the pastor them in a politics. I want a few pastors we see out there talking up against the atrocities that this government has put on the Jamaican people. When we look at a bill that they want to throw some big hefty fines on the teachers. And them friends and come below were mixed up in all kind of racketeering and all kind of scandal and corruption and fraud. This government pick and choose what to come out with in them campaign. Pick and choose. And they will not come out and speak on the corruption. The high levels of corruption. He will not come out and speak on his uncertified statutory declaration. He will not come out and give the relevant information to the Integrity Commission as to how he came by so much millions and millions of US dollars. He will not come and give the Integrity Commission the expense or the schedule of his finances, of his expenses, sorry. Him nah come with them something there. Him nah come levels with the Jamaican people. He last year told us, or the year before, my apologies, that he asked far and wide of all the members of his cabinet and of his government. And nobody I being know him get so far as it pertains to illicit enrichment, the probe of illicit enrichment. And he found out, whether it was a day after or a month after, he found out and he still didn't come to us as the Jamaican people and tell us that I am the Prime Minister of the country. According to the Integrity Commission, they are probing me for illicit enrichment. I'm going to recuse myself until the investigation has completed. No, he took the Integrity Commission, the very same Integrity Commission that he passed the bill in 2017 and warning the People's National Party to leave the anti-corruption body alone. What kind of man is this? What kind of man is this? After all, he says that he's playing chess. They're playing chess with our lives. Look at our infrastructure. Look at the roads them even over St. Thomas where them a talk about carpet and them a build up St. Thomas and who bad mind for who no bad mind. Look how the carpet road them a lift up. Look at water. Look at rainfall and the carpet road them a lift up. Look at our health sector. They said that money is not the issue. But as my old-time folks would say, it takes cash to care. But even with the cash, some people show we say them still not care. They still don't care about the people. They only care to fatten them pockets and fatten the pockets of them friends. 300% increase. And they said that they did it to get the job done. To get the most qualified personnel to do the job. They did it to retain the best and the brightest. But their so-called best and brightest are running their jumping ship. The people are feeling it on the ground. They prefer imported foods over our farmers in Jamaica. Carrots, a whole heap of other ground provision that our farmers, if they had invested in our farmers the right and proper way, could have supplied our country. We have no farmer food security in our country. Bare imported foods, and when you look at the line of people and will get the license or the permit to import the foods them, are be a Jamaica Labour Party affiliates. I am just getting some word. It's alleged that a member of parliament is basically supplying tiles to the Cornwall Regional Hospital. Tile where you put on floor. Which member of parliament, which minister is supplying? I'm asking a question. Which member of parliament, which minister is supplying the Cornwall Regional Hospital with tiles? Wanna see the whole drill scandal? Wanna hear the more revelation where Dr. Alfred Dawes come out with? Wanna see them trying to Muslim and coming talking about lawsuit and all know them can't serve him? And the more them come out with information that he has been seeking for months upon months, they have been hiding these information. The more he's digging, the deeper the web is getting. The deeper the web of corruption is getting. ABR family, I've been talking for over an hour now, sorry. I've been talking for over a year now, and we're looking at the work of this government. The social media warriors we have been putting in the work. Sleepless nights. We have other engagements. We are working class people. We don't sit down and wait for no payment from no politician. But we're bringing the raw truth to you. We're doing our research. And so I want to hear from you all. I'm about to pin the number to call in. Big up yourself, Godson. Colleen, BCA, big up. I'm going to pin the number right on the top of the chat here, so. I can't want to hear from a few, you know. Big up yourself, Biris. I really want to hear from you. Big up yourself, Gary. So there you have it. The number is pinned on the top of the chat there. So I want to hear from the ABR family and viewers. Blessed morning, my brother. You're live on the ABR show. What you say?
Morning, sis. Morning, sis. Boy, I'm telling you, where to begin?
My God.
There is just so many things with this party. But on the matter of Dennis Chung, though, if you have any moral fiber in his body, if you have any decency, I think you should step aside.
Most definitely.
It comes a time where country must be over self.
True.
And this young man, well, not even young man, but what I'm saying, the fact that somebody have to lower the bar so you can able to go over it, it's embarrassing. I wouldn't want nobody lower the bar for me to get a position.
Definitely. Either you qualify or you not qualify.
Yeah. So if the pass mark of an exam is 60%, you are telling me that I should lower it to 40% so I can have a few more stepping over that bar? Where are the standards, man?
Exactly. This I don't want pian job this, you know.
It's not. And the thing about it, you have Caribbean partners that you have to interface with, international partners. I would not be comfortable to share certain intelligence with this young man, with this man know that he's incompetent.
All right.
International folks will not share information with him because they're going to see him as inept and incompetent.
Definitely.
How will you share delicate information with this man?
True.
Step aside and remember, even the football realm when he was there, you know. Remember the reggae girls went on to the second round of 16 in the World Cup and supposed to get their pay. And it was
chaos.
Tooth and nail for them to get it.
Yeah.
This guy just should move, man. Move away yourself, man. And other qualified person was there.
Give the people them who qualify the job. That is what we're saying.
Peter Mountain said that he's going to share some candidates' profile with the public and how qualified they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they were overlooked.
My God.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible.
Very
and one
much
of the things about you talk about the Constitution, you know. And one of the things that I would love to see in the new Constitution, you know. No government contract. I know government work. No new contract should be getting are pushed through within 6 months to an election. Certain things should be suspended, man. If it's already in process, well, they can finish it. Nothing new on the table. No fancy run and tricks like you want to draw something over people's eye.
My gosh.
And people need to remember that, Andrew, when last have we hear Andrew in our speech use the word corruption or integrity? When last?
Years.
When last have we heard that man use those two? In his budgetary speech, I was listening keenly, you know. And nothing mentioned of tackling corruption, you know.
Nothing.
That was void from the speech, his budget speech, you know. And he cannot speak on it because it is around him. He don't have the moral authority to speak on it.
That is it. Can't speak on it.
If we should go back in history, and I don't mean to take up so much of the time, but if we should go back in maybe the past 5-6 years, you know, 7 years, you know, we can come up with at least 10 members of parliament that has involved in corruption, you know, easily, you know.
Easily.
Easily. I've never seen one administration with so much corruption in it.
My God.
And the people, I don't know what happened. This election should not even be close.
Any at all. I always say
it shouldn't be close.
Clean sweep.
And them a bank and crime reduction, you know, but at the end of the day you have 9 years. And 1 year you're getting it right. It's like I give my son 9 maths.
But it has happened.
One right. And he's seen on the one that he got right.
Yeah.
What about the year you get wrong?
All right. Thank you.
Let's not be fool people.
Thank you very much.
All right, my sister.
All right, my brother. Big up yourself. Thanks for calling.
All right.
So only hear from the caller right there, so. You're boasting about crime being reduced. It's not the first that crime is going down for, a particular year compared to the other. And so, you're focusing on what you get right and the 8 where you get wrong. It's more detrimental. Bless up yourself, Mrs.
Definitely.
We're live.
Good morning. Good morning, Miss Rose. How you doing?
I'm alright.
It's Sunday morning, each and every one. I won't be lying, I'm a 1 minute person.
Alright,
yes,
go
what
ahead.
I mean. My point is this Prime Minister, what a guy named Dennis Chung, I believe that he was put there to shut down this investigation completely, and that's what is gonna happen.
My God.
And this is very dangerous. That's why I put him there. And I don't know what's gonna happen if the PNP then can take this to court. But trust me, that's why he's put there, because when I look in, remember, I think he's above the IC, the people in the IC, right? Whatsoever he say gonna go. Yes, I mean that's why Andrew put him there. I feel like they speak first before he give him this appointment.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Remember, I'm friend. So they must talk about it first. You understand what I mean? People will not open the eye because this is very, very serious. You understand what I mean? He was put there to shut down the investigation and what you call it? And certify Andrew declaration. That's what I think. And that's what can happen. If we not go, I don't know. I don't know. My head is spinning right now. You understand what I mean? This is crazy. Then what is gonna happen in our country? This man seem like him control the country completely, like a film, like what him say goes. Because look what is going on. Yes, I mean, what he does now or do now, whatever, him go give the man protection.
Yeah.
like somebody did threaten the man. But never threaten the man. You understand what I mean? Look how much threat the JLP, one name Steve JLP, whatever, threaten Aromatic. Say I'm gonna kill him and show him coffee and gun. Them something then alright. And we look at the man, I'm big man, you know.
Big hard, tough back man, yeah?
Big man, you know, but they were paid by the JLP. It seems like. Send all these threats, then tell me now, we're all Jamaican. You have two parties running against each other. You understand what I mean? So we're there. One cannot speak. Tell me now.
No.
They want to shut up people.
They want to shut up people.
Exactly.
Same like how them leader operate and want to shut up people, so they want to shut up people.
Exactly. They want to bring back 80 again. What it takes or what it is. You understand? If you take a brother and sister lad just for to win an election, just to win an election, huh? Just for $5,000, just for some food. That is ridiculous. They're crazy. Them should all come together and, you know, make this be a fun thing. You know, who win, who lose. But come on, Andrew. It's a disgrace. You know, system is a disgrace and the world are watching. But if anything happened to Aromatic, Andrew need to hold accountable.
All of them.
This man. They put out him picture out there, the whole of them, because I be a threat, them a threat. And the gun them are coming, allegedly, I feel after them one, I feel after them one.
Mighty
the parties
God.
are going to come through that war after. That war after, nobody else can go through that war after with, not but JLP them. Me usually run a west one at the time. When I leave my mother house. Yes, I feel them something come through them the war after, yeah? They know about it. You understand what I mean? They know about it. Yes, what I mean, are the wickedest part of me ever see, and I don't know why they behave that way.
All right, my sis. Thank you, my sis. May I get the next call?
All right, yeah, man.
Blessed morning, Ed boy.
Sister, how are you?
I'm all right. How you do?
Very good, very good, very good. I'm not going to be long with you at all because I know today is Sunday.
All right, go ahead.
Dennis Menace. 3 reasons why Dennis the Menace should not be appointed to his position.
My God.
Yeah? And we need to understand this guy is a problematic fellow. And let me tell you, I have nothing personal against Dennis. I met Dennis Strong in 2014 when he was appointed to the Solid Waste Board. Yeah? By Portia Simpson Miller then. You know, Solid Waste had some challenges, and they brought him in to fix up Solid Waste. And let me tell you something. The man literally come in there and mash up Solid Waste. Yeah? With his political agenda, because he was sent there to make sure Jennifer Edwards was removed. Yeah? I remember him even get Steve Ashley to leave the board. Yeah? That's how we came, get that board appointment, you know. Because he come in and so much corruption in a Solid Waste. When the Auditor General had completed the report, nothing of that nature. Yeah? The issues that, so we, and when I sit here and a report on what is happening at Solid Waste. Yeah?
All right. After 9 years.
After 9 years. So Dennis the Menace, he was on the JUTC board, appointed by my good friend, one of the Labourites in Jamaica, Mike Henry. Yeah? And when Mike appointed him to the board, by 2009, they had to fire him. Who's going to fire him? Yeah? Because the board he was presiding over was involved in corruption.
My God.
They were, so the corruption...
So him track record no good. No, and him incompetent on top of it. Mighty God.
Now, the caller before this caller, the gentleman who spoke, right? Your very first caller. He said something which is right. And I think I shared it with Andre Stevens on Friday night. When I said, Dennis, in no Caribbean country, and I can give you about 5 of them, Antigua, Grenada, Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts Nevis, right? Those countries do what is called citizenship by investment. So you pay a portion to the government, you acquire citizenship, which gives you visa-free access to all of Europe. Yeah? To over 100 countries. No visa. Those governments have what is called FIU, Financial Investigative Unit, same as our FID. They report what is called CFATF, Caribbean Financial Action Task Force. Now, this, by virtue of being the head of FID, would have to intermingle with both the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force and the International Financial Action Task Force. We have seen in instances where FIU heads have been appointed and the CFTAF says, no, we're not accepting this appointment.
Yeah.
Because then I invite them. So I am warning Andrew Holness that appointing Dennis Strong, who has no investigative skills, you lower the bar for to make the man come in because you're a personal friend. What it is going, and people have to understand what Dennis Strong's role is, you know. Dennis's role is to he determines what is clean or dirty money.
Yes.
Put it straight up that way. I want people to understand. So I like that play. So if him say no money laundering was involved with the Prime Minister, it means that it is law, because that is what they're going to take to the court. And the court has to respect the investigations of the FID, because the FID is virtually a part of the justice system now.
Yeah.
So people have to understand that Dennis being appointed to this position is going to create not just an issue for Andrew Holness, but it's going to create an issue for the country. That's one. Two, the final final point on this one is I ask the question: if I'm a decent individual, for example, I would never ask any minister who is going to be under the People's National Party to put me into sensitive posts. You've heard my comments that I'm a bold supporter of the People's National Party.
Exactly.
If you appoint me to a political post, that's different, which says 5 years a change. A certain post in government. That's different, because that's a political appointment.
Yeah.
Dennis, I want people to understand, Dennis Strong's appointment is not a political appointment. It requires the support of both sides of the House. So it means that if the opposition, and you know what, I think it's time for a stop chat, and it's time for us to hit the road. If there's anything that requires us hitting the road, it's disappointment. Because what Dennis is going to do now, he's going to mask all of the man don't tell already, me not say nothing wrong with the Andrew though.
Nothing.
So if you are going go, if you go and go there, you know, say nothing wrong. Is he going to recuse himself from anything surrounding the investigations around the Prime Minister?
I doubt that.
And if he does, why go into a position that is already conflicting? Yeah?
True.
So don't put yourself in the position where you have to step out and meet and say, well, no, you guys deal with that because I'm conflicted. Then he's also close friends with Christoph Tan. So if nothing come up from Pantoff Tan, will he investigate it?
My God.
So we cannot operate this way. And Dennis Strong don't have no moral fiber, so they don't call upon him to resign. He's not going to resign. You see the card that them pull for how people threaten him? There is nobody in Jamaica is going to threaten him.
Nobody not threaten him, yeah. I don't believe that.
Yeah, nobody is going to do it. Because Dennis Strong, regardless of politics, regardless of his views, he has always had support from both sides. Yeah? Because he has served on both sides. Yeah? So nobody going to hurt Dennis. What the problem with Dennis Strong is shame and kill him, and him don't know how to bow out of the position. Yeah? But threat. And by the way, the state should not give him any resources. Because he's not, even though the Prime Minister, the country is saying no to the appointment, and I'm sick. Ordinary well-thinking Jamaicans must go occupy the streets. I'm tired of the talking, you know.
Yeah, man, we are talking too long.
This is the one. This is the mother of all arguments. You remember when the Gen Sec talked about Portmore?
Yeah.
This one worse than Portmore. Because you could go back and change the parish status of Portmore. You can't go back and change his appointment.
My God.
You can't change it. You think the government could just fire Dennis Strong just so? It's a permanent post he's been appointed to.
See there? So the onus is on him for recruit, but he's not going to do that. We see that.
He's not going to do it because he has been prepped by Holness for the position. He's been prepped. If you listen his state wide. Anyway, sis, you know, as I said, argument done. You ever hear me out of words? That is one thing we want to say. Occupy the streets. And if they're not remove him by Monday, you occupy Tuesday. And if they don't remove him,
yeah, it shouldn't be a 9-day thing.
Understand? No, this is the sun you must now draw in the line. By the way, I am circulating that there will be a protest on Monday. Whether they want to hide it or not, because the JLP can't do nothing. They can't do us nothing. There are more of us than them.
All right.
There are more of us than them. And since you don't have to touch the polls as I go, What a way the green dot poll is showing that they're going to lose Western St. Mary and Southwest St. Elizabeth.
My God.
But we have been saying it. Imagine a chairman of a party who win a seat by 3,000 votes, almost 3,000 votes in the last election, is trying to now convince people to vote for him. That if there is nothing indicative that the People's National Party will win the election, that should be sufficient evidence to show you. Remember, it's their poll showing him losing, you know?
Yeah. For them poll, we always depend for them side. My gosh.
Okay. Anyway, sis.
All right, big up yourself. Thank you for calling.
Cool,
Respect, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man.
So do you for head boy there, sir? Them poll will always show say them a lead. How ironic now it a show say the member of parliament are gonna lose. Time come and the time come now. Blessed morning, Macaulay, live.
Yeah, morning, dear family. Big up the head boy.
Yeah, man, big up head boy.
Yeah, man, as I was saying, man, people might think it's a joking post. It's not a joking post, man. It's a
serious thing. How we are say?
Yeah, man, a joking thing, man. If this man go in and say Andrew decoration is okay with Andrew statutory decoration, the integrity commissioner have nothing to do more than all have let him go.
Them are gonna have to certify him.
The office certify him. But this is not a joking issue, you know. Jamaica, this is not a joking issue, you know. This is a serious issue, you know. And a joking matter, this, you know.
And the Labourites, them not see nothing wrong with this. My God.
I'll tell you something. You see, that's why when I see a government can always fight the education system and rob the education system, they want us to be all dunce, idiot.
True.
You understand me? I said, they don't want to read and write, they don't want to learn. They want to tell us, cat pay a figgle and cow jump over the moon, I will believe all of them something.
Yeah.
And say dog laugh and all them things, you know? So I don't think they want to believe and make them think that's true. You understand me? I said to you? So if we as a people can be blinded by what these people are doing and say all these prime minister take a 300% increased salary, and then at the end of the day, people and give them $1,000 for minimum wages. What kind of people are these?
Craven, gluttonous, wicked, dangerous.
And them take such an increase themselves and still rob the cradle and still cookie from the cookie jar. So can you imagine what is going on?
My God.
You understand me? Remember, you know, them take a big increase and say, him come out and say them body for touch it, you know. And him say, people are going to say they don't deserve it, and then this and then that. But somebody have to do it and him do it. And him say you get a politician who you pay for.
Them not deserve it.
And now you pay a politician so much money and them not doing nothing. So can you, and then before they wasn't doing nothing and then get a bigger pay and them still not do nothing. It's even worse than before.
Worse.
Yeah, man, worse than before, man. The man, them belly bang. Them belly not full in the belly bang.
Them belly bang. Colic.
Yeah, man, like some goat. Yeah, man, like some goat. It was some goat kid on them belly. Then go to them belly bang. Then it's a shit. And so them belly bang and them chat pay shit out of them mouth.
Yeah.
Pay shit out of them mouth. Them belly full to chat pay shit out of them mouth. Yeah, man. And that's going like country, man. They say, we need to do something, man. Country can't continue to say, man. This is, the man run Jamaica like it's a banana republic, they run. Like I'm yard. When he ever run, and he ever talk to him wife, I'm yard. Most of them drive around the country.
My gosh.
This man already yet, man. This man came, as I called before, this man came speak about corruption. I never hear this man talk about corruption.
Him can't talk about it. Talk about what?
Well, because remember saying that if me in a company, you know, I'm missing my manager thief, you know, I mean, if you think you can come to me to stop thief.
Exactly.
I might do the same thing too. He's not better than me. If you go report me, I got to report him to the boat, say I'm a thief too.
Yeah.
So you want to know, if Andrew come out and say, Tufton a thief, Tufton are going to go to the public and say you're a thief too. Because I say we are them boss, you know. So talk to reporting to the public say Andrew and Thief in the time and do this and that, you know. So him can't never stop Thief because you wanna do all of them same thing.
True.
None of them have integrity.
No better Erin, no better barrel.
I say that even I say none of them. Even the female them with that think would have like integrity that them not have nothing. When they can look on the minister of finance can come out and say she not see nothing wrong. When them lower the bar, forget that man, forget Dennis Chung in a FID, and she can say she not see nothing wrong with it. Come on, man. Lady, you come from a better background than this, man. I can't believe you stoop so low, man.
Yeah.
Yourself, man.
So MC say, I see him say, look grim on him in the court.
Yourself, man. I say, the minister of finance, me couldn't expect her she to stoop so low. That's what the one and come from a same dirty piece of cloth. Want to go over the side there, you're gone. To a side, to a level, as Peter Bunton put it, the shame chino there, at Belmont Road. All of them shame tree, gone. Them not no shame, them not no pride, them not no dignity, them not no love. All them love is the money green. That's how we feed them love there, is the money.
But the love of it is the root of all evil.
Yeah, man, we Jamaica, we need to take it to the street, man. We need to take it to the street now. It gone too bad, man. It is gone now, man. Gone, man. I have to do something about it, man. I mean, I tell you something. Tomorrow morning, I'll be heading down to your circle with the honorable man. Yeah, man. The honorable man, the most honorable man in Jamaica right now, and he's leader of the opposition. Mark Wallen. I will deal with him.
God.
Yes, man. And I would advise my Mr. Jamaica to do the same thing too. We can't continue in this part, man.
Time come to end corruption. The time come now.
We cannot and we will not stand for this, man. People don't understand the post of the man I give the man.
Okay.
This is the man and this is the man with the promise of ride bicycle together now and talk and promise to ride bicycle together now. It's not man who come out and say the price nothing wrong with the premise of the 28 bank account. It's not man who tell us him not see the premise that do not wrong. And you want this man to put in a very sensitive position. I think it's probably about the third or the fourth highest post in Jamaica.
Mighty God.
Come on, man. Jamaica people wake up, man. Stop sleeping, man. The man them buy out the church. The church them nasty up. The church them nasty. The church must be hypocrite. Them not believe in a God. Because if you believe in a God, they believe that truth and right and justice.
Yeah.
But church don't believe in a God. The first time church used to believe in a God. Most of them church them full of sodomite, batting man, corruption, nastiness.
Mighty God.
Nastiness. That's why them can't talk. That's why them can't talk. Them can't come out, come talk nothing. Most of them church them can't come out, come say nothing. Because them corrupt, nastiness, batty up, stink up. Silent. If you believe in a God, man, you have like a God and like a decency in you, man. No people talk about saying I'm going to step aside. Him not going to step aside because I'm not decent in him. Him not have no never decency in him to step aside. Him know what to be to a true Jamaican. Him know if you have like a decency in him. Him not have them take them the criteria there. Him not fit. Then it's trying to fit them the criteria there. All him look on is the dollar green. I'm help a friend. I'm going to eat a food, I help a friend.
They don't eat a food, government.
That's all I'm thinking. Yeah, man, I help a friend. That's all I'm thinking. I'm going to eat a food, I help a friend.
One the people them, my brother.
Yeah, man, I tell people, make sure tomorrow be at your circle at 9 o'clock with the honorable leader of the opposition, Mr. Mark Jefferson Golding. And that is where we stand. And that is where we will stand. And united we stand, divided we fall, because we cannot stand for this corruption. And this country cannot run on this, continue to run on this corruption. And that is my 2 cents. And I tell you something, this election, people, make sure you go to vote and put your eggs squarely beside your head. Make no mistake, because you cannot keep this corrupt government in government. You cannot keep this corrupt government in government. We have to get rid of them, man. Too much, man. Too much to make a people, man. Yeah, man, too much, man. Time come now, man. Time come.
All right, my brother. Big up yourself. Respect. Time come.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and the political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving you? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? God will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. Calls for us to think and think deep.
It calls for us to think and think deep. Blessed morning, Miss Winnie, live.
Good morning, man. How are you?
I'm all right.
Now, why did the JLP so lying? No one threatened the man.
Mm-hmm.
They only tried to look sympathy. Nothing wrong. No Jamaican would touch him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? See, so no Jamaican would touch any other people in politics. They would rather do on their own people than anyone in politics.
Mm-hmm.
That man he should step down. It cannot be, because he agreed that the Prime Minister can have different bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a red flag for a start. Show that he will not find Onis guilty or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And the people, it's about time now they come out and demonstrate. Don't bring no bag. Don't bring nothing with you. If anything, want to hand up in the air to demonstrate at Garden House that no, it cannot happen. We got to do something. Only is getting away with too much wrong. He's wrong and strong.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And he's a Satan himself. He believes in this underworld business, and the underworld is the one. The day that the Lord going to call him home, he's going to cry so bad. He's going to think like, there's a saying, it hot underneath the bottom and it hot underneath the top and hallelujah in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's going to feel. You hear me? He wicked. Now, you remember when, I don't know, you're young, but it was, is Bruce... No, it was Bruce. What is not Bruce? The other man when he put the JLP. What was his name again?
Bruce Golin.
Yeah, and Tufton. I think he was the Minister of Health or something. And one of the PNP gentlemen asked him about the children. He said the children can drink skim milk. Go back and research that. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
He said the children can drink skim milk. You understand? I think I got to go back and look at all of it. It was, somebody bring it up, and I remember listening to that.
Okay.
When he answered what the children can drink skim milk, that means they can't get the proper milk.
Mm-hmm.
He powder skim milk, something so. He's a nasty piece of work. He and Andrew, to me, they are the one who is involved allegedly in the drill.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing Tufton can do without Onis. Onis have to be the one who give the yes. Tufton cannot sign no check without Onis not knowing about it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So something got to be done. They got to give back the money that they said is 31 million when it's only 350 US. 3,500 US.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I think they're ripping off the people every day,
Mm-hmm.
There's things going on that, you cannot find about. How on earth now? Take this, I'm going to just this one and I'm going to do. Only take your land. and build house. Now, I am the landowner and I die. My family got to move off the land. So who land it belong? Who house belong to? Now, Onis is building those houses for himself that he will able to rent out to people he want. How can you go and sign to something like that? Are they literate? Didn't they get a lawyer to help them? Only listen, sooner or later, everyone that owns build a land house for, there won't be no more. There won't be no more. Something going to happen to them that they passed away. And owners will get all those houses to rent out to people who can afford to pay in big expensive rent. It's Owners' house. It's not their house. But I hope when the PNP come in power, they do away with all that and give the people the houses. When one die, they can do what they want with the house. Owners is a born thief. He's a bipolar line person. He is.
My God.
Today, you see, I respect you, my grandchild.
Yeah.
If it wasn't you, I would use the word what I want to use, but I can't do it to you.
Right.
There's certain people I respect. Not that I can't. There's certain person you got to respect in life. You know?
True.
But
respect you.
Like Lonesome Show, you can let go your mouth, Andre.
Yeah.
Talk your mind.
Yeah.
But don't you see now? As I said, the man threatening arrow. Did you see that?
Yes. I shared it. We all have to like and share out the videos them and like and share out the live them. We have to share out these things.
I shared to 21 of my family.
Yes.
But no, he should go to prison for that.
Yeah, man.
Because he's a
serious threat. Yes, man.
So what are we going to do about that, you know? I hope you report it to the authority.
Definitely.
Because you say you're going to two bike going to ride up and your head going to bust. Jesus, my God.
That's how they operate, you know. All right. Thank you, Miss Winnie. Big up yourself.
Be careful.
All right.
Yes?
Bless up.
Thank you, darling. Good morning to everyone.
All right. That's what them are saying, you know. That's a for them strategy, you know, for when you come out, come talk, you can't voice your concern. Be a bullyism. Them ready for dirt you. Man for ride up. But as me say, I know them alone have an.
And when they come from, send him up, every evil hour. Anywhere he come from, send him up. If I China.
Big up yourself, Kevin Wright. Big up Godfrey. Big up. Everybody will join the live. Michael McCoy, Shirley. Big up on yourself. Rex Coley. Big up to all the moderators, my members, Angela and Ivan Wallace. Big up on yourself. PNP Carol, you're asking a question. I missed the question. Where is it? You say, who were the others that applied for the position, by the way? That we are not sure. That I am not sure about. We only heard that others applied. We didn't see a listing, but let us wait to hear if Peter Bunting will reveal those information. Big up Lee Race, we reverse the curse for those who can go out tomorrow. We're coming against every corruption in this country of Jamaica. And those who can go out at the peaceful march down there in Hero Circle, now please make yourself available. It starts 8:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Reverse the curse. Reverse the order. Reverse the curse. Reverse the order. Somebody said, reverse the curse. Yeah. Reverse the order.
Big Big up yourself playing truth. Pamelia, big up. Big up to the whole massive coming out to support the movement, to support the message. We stand for good governance. We stand for good leadership. And we stand for integrity. Integrity, even when nobody is looking. Integrity, integrity, integrity. And we're standing with a Mark Jefferson Golden who will come and lead the country into the change it so desire. Time come for change. Time come for good governance. Time come for accountability. Time come for the people of Jamaica to get what they truly voted for. Good leaders who has good plans and policies to lead the country into the right direction.
Reverse the curse.
Big up to all my callers. Big up yourself, Nardi. Big up to A. Johnson. Big up Serene Sue. Big up, big up, big up to everybody. As you come out of the live, please to like and share. For those who want to donate, when you can bless up the program, bless up the platform, can bless up the super chat, super thanks. Big up to Miss Winnie. Big up to all my callers, them. Enough respect. Big up to the pastors, them when I sell out, when I buy out, and them come out and them talk the truth. And them I reverse the curse that has been placed on Jamaica, where we people them, they want to silence our people, and they don't want us to talk. Some little loyalists, we want to come out and threaten people if we speak against this government. This government is not God, and we don't worship no mankind.
Where they come from, send him up. Every evil hour, anywhere he come from, send him up. If a China, if a Jamaica, if a Haiti.
Fitzroy Nugent, much respect. Big up to Godson, big up to One Major Daps, big up to the entire listeners, the whole 20,000 subscribers on the ABR platform. Big up to all other social media warriors and go over them channel and support them as well. Please to like up the videos and share them out. The liking of the videos are free. YouTube sends it out more when you like the videos so other people can see it. It can get recommended to other people's platform and other people's YouTube. I want the message to be out there. This government cannot win another election in our country with lies and propaganda. They cannot win another election in our country being in a autocratic, a kleptocratic government who does not respect the people of the land. They do and they say what they want to do and say, and they exclude the people at all costs. Their belly is full and majority of the people hungry, starving. Big up yourself, Florence. Big up to everybody who just joined in. I'm about to head out now. Anybody else want to call in for the last final call? Me wanna say.
Somebody said, reverse the curse. Reverse the order. Somebody reverse the curse. Reverse the order. Over Jamaica. Reverse the curse, mighty God. Reverse the order. If a king's house.
Blessed morning, my sis. You're live, but I have to shout out Lloyd Johnson. Big up yourself, Pastor Lloyd Johnson. Go ahead, my sis. You're live.
One of the pastors who's standing up for principality, for principles, I should say. One of them. The one you're shouting out just now.
Yes.
Bless up, Pastor. Listen, I saw this morning early where Arrow was talking about somebody threatening him. And I don't remember if I listened to the voice note or whatever. Or Arrow was reading from whatever he said.
He was reading, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, the people who want to go join Lucifer down a hell with the other Lucifer, do on work. Because I don't understand if we are all Jamaicans and we decide to join different parties, to associate with different parties. So if there is wrong and one side want to talk about the wrong that the other side doing, where's the big deal? Why you want to threaten somebody to kill them? Why? Eh? So you're not looking in your mirror, say you vulnerable too, and somebody might come after you. I mean, I'm not threatening anybody.
No, not at all.
These
them are going like them are iron.
These demons in green behaving as if they own Jamaica. The person at the top of the chain, him behave like he own all of Jamaica. But you know who I blame? Bruce Golden. Bruce Golden, you chose Satan. You chose Satan over Jamaicans, because if you never switch him into that position and in taste how being in society and how much money can give you, and he's not happy right now. No matter how much bank account he have, he might have about 50 by now. But one thing, make sure you never use none of the money that the US government give for the people them get, and make sure you don't use none of the Canadian money or the other one, because you're going to be investigated, and as much scripture as you can read out on platform, it's not going to help you because you're a demon. And the ones them will fight for you, tell them to come with their sword. Let me tell you something. When I was a young woman, I remember we're at work when Edward Tiaga sat down on a platform, stood up on a platform in Harvard Tree and said, blood for blood. And we are going to put we finger in them, you know what, the same red substance, and mark with X tomorrow. I don't forget. And I abhor that party ever since Buster. I was a child when Buster talked about, oh, saltfish is better than education. And as a 6-year-old, me abhor that party forever and ever. I don't care who is at the top. I don't care which one of my family member in there. Me nah go at the dirty party, because if you think saltfish, piece of saltfish, you didn't deceive me, it's better than education. Then tomorrow I'm going to run back and beg you 2 and 6 pence or $2 to buy a piece of saltfish again. That can't buy nothing. No. But if you think fish, that is how my life, if you think that's how God want my life, God never give the people of Jamaica to Andrew. Andrew is a colonizer. All he wants is to carry in white friends them and other friends them from all over the world to come take over the best part of Jamaica, and the poor Jamaicans live in a squalor. And these little idiots, me calling you no idiot because you no need Jamal, you no go back to school, go learn to read and write. And to the traitor we are talking about, Arrow, if you could have read, maybe you would have do something better. Or if you could read and understand, I guess you can read enough to write nastiness to another human being. But if you could have read and write properly and have good understanding, go pray and ask God to give you understanding. Because if you understand, we all have rights, and there is freedom of speech. Yes. We can say anything we want. We're not blaspheming against God, and we're not tell nobody to go kill nobody. But you going to write us off because we see corruption. I want the drill story for Mickey's come out, you see, ABR. I want the rest of the drill story to come. It's coming, man. Cruise. To come out, and who if put on their silver bracelet, put it on and go to hell. I don't care, because they're old enough to know what right from wrong, and know so you cannot rob children and get away.
True.
Imagine, taxpayer money, you tax every damn thing that the people have to buy to eat, basic food, basic needs. You tax it. And when the people have to sacrifice, call them friends and relatives abroad to give them $100 or $200. When them buy this something, you still get tax out of it. And those people living in pain, I can't even describe it. And take the money where you save off of the tax, where the people them have, you tax the people them so hard, and the money that them pay, they can't even go into hospital and get a good rest in there. And then you have crooked hands in the hospital them. I know one doctor from one parish where me used to work as a young person, and that doctor, He was one of the first ones I knew. Use the hospital facility, do his private cases in there. And the government stuff him I use,
Yes.
and charge the people. And him used to say, people used to come back to the area I was working and say to me, say, I went to Dr. So-and-so. Him dead and gone, but I still don't want to call him name. Dead must be sometime last year. I'm not rejoicing over his death, but I'm just saying how crooked Jamaicans can be. I went to Dr. So-and-so, and he said I have a cyst and I have to have it removed. I'm not talking about cyst alone. You have people who have cancerous growths all part of them body, or they have different things that need to be operated on. And the man would tell him, oh, if you don't have no money, then your family them not have no goat or cow. Go sell some and bring some money, come man. You cannot get the operation until you go dry out whatever your family have, care go give. And this has been going on for 40 odd years. Years. It's been going on. And it will stop.
Time come
Dr.
to stop.
Dr. Daz, I remember you in my prayers today. And may God keep you and the rest of your bodies them strong.
Yes.
Speak truth to power and make the teeth them go down in them bracelet.
All right, my sis. Bless up, my sis.
Have a good day.
All right, same to you. Thank you. So we stand with Dr. Alfred Dawes. And I have a small recording here from my brother Major Daps. Hold on.
Only that I know. You keep my people in the slum. Living in poverty, behaving like bum. No education or you keep them dumb. Only voting time you come, me sing say. And them table they want if it beg them crumb. Meanwhile them belly full and them a sing and a Them a drink white rhyme steak and sometime rum. And the whole of them sit down pon the clump. Meanwhile, poor people get bump. As them say, shower, the idiot them a jump. But you keep my people in the slum. Living in poverty, behaving like bum. No education or you keep them dumb. Only voting time you come.
You hear there? Only voting time them come. Keeping the youths them down in the slum. My God. Big up yourself, Sharon Robinson. Sharon Bernard. Cooking with Elaine. Big up yourself. Let me see who me give a little shout out. Big up Kevin Wright. Big up Judy Roberts. Sean, big up yourself. Like and share. We're heading out of the live right now. Big up to everybody.
How they come from? Send him up. Anywhere they come from. Send him up. If a China, if a Jamaica, if a Haiti, where we come from, we send him up. Reverse the curse, reverse the curse, reverse the order, reverse the curse, reverse the order.
As Rasta said, the orange is ripe, so we are going to juice it. Remember, ABR family and viewers, that the word is love and will always be love. One PNP, one ABR massive. Big up to everybody.
How they come from? Send him up. Every evil hour. Anywhere they come from. Send him up. If a China, if a Jamaica, if a Haiti, where we come from, we send him up. Reverse the curse, reverse the curse, reverse the order, reverse the curse, reverse.
Blessed Sunday, everybody. Time come and time come now. Remember, for those who can go out tomorrow at Evil Circle, we're marching against the corruption, the high levels of corruption in our country. Marching against this autocratic government who wants to make the rules and break the rules when they feel like it. Stay tuned. Big up on yourself.